Well, feminism, like all the isms, is complicated and it's contradictory. But roughly speaking, everyone who's a feminist is aware that there is gender inequality in society, and that gender inequality is due to very static social stereotypes about what is to be a man and what is to be a female. Well, feminists were the ones who came up with the notion of gender. Actually, it was a writer, Simone de Beauvoir, who said, "You're not born a woman, you're made a woman, or you turn into a woman." So basically, you cannot speak about gender without speaking about feminism.
Art has always been a good way to talk about social issues and cultural ideas, and feminism has not been the exception. Many artists around the world have talked about this social issue, and especially women, since they are the group that is affected by this problem. Mónica Mayer in Mexico is one artist that talks about feminism. One of her artworks that it's really well known is a work called El Tendedero. In this artwork, what she tries to depict is how women are abused in public transport, since she has also suffered about these problems. What she did in this work is to ask women in the street to write about a problem they had in the public transport and to hang it in a tendedero.
Art comes from life, so in a way it reflects life as it is, right? So if you study art through history, you will see that it is fascinating to see these male and female stereotypes being reproduced, like Romeo and Juliet, or the Venus of Milo, or the David of Michelangelo, and so forth, right? It generates these stereotypes about masculinity and femininity.
Barbara Kruger is an American conceptual artist who uses mass media images to view a direct critique in controversial topics that include gender inequality, politics, consumerism, capitalism, and economy. She once used an image of Marilyn Monroe in which she inserted a text which said, "Not stupid enough to portray the idea that Hollywood had about women."
The Guerrilla Girls are a group of female art activists founded in 1985 to fight against sexual discrimination in the art industry. They all use gorilla masks, as they all are anonymous and take pseudonyms from important female figures such as Frida Kahlo. They use facts, humor, and outrageous visuals to expose this discrimination and corruption in politics, in filming, and in art.
And then also, art is a tool to change life. So there's a lot of feminist art. And because there's this notion that art allows you to express yourself, then resistance through art is a beautiful but also a very powerful way of resistance.
I've never experienced gender inequality here at Tech, but I've noticed that in careers such as engineering, there are more men than women. But I've also noticed that as the years go by, more women are starting to study this career.
From what I've seen here on campus, I think that when people talk about gender equality, they tend to focus more on their feelings, and neither those who are against or in favor of what is being said have much information to rely on.
From this experience, I learned that many people are aware of what feminism stands for and what are the problems in Mexico related to feminism and machismo. And I believe even though we have a long way to go to reach equality in gender, we can do it if all we are dedicated and educated and know about the problems and know how to attack them in order to make better the situation for all the women and men in this world.
I think that from this experience I've learned that you can use art as a media to show emotions and feelings and to talk about really important social issues.
Our responsibility is thus much greater than we had supposed, for it concerns mankind as a whole. Jean-Paul Sartre.